As you turn right out of Pateley Bridge, heading up the valley, up towards Scarhouse Reservoir, within half a mile on your left-hand side, you'll see the Bridge Inn. And that's a great place for food and a drink, especially in summer, because you can sit outside. But just to the left of there, you've got the old mill. You've got the ponds at the top. It doesn't work now, but we think that that water wheel is 25 feet in height. And that's just at the back of the pub. It's a good start to Nidderdale on our way up to Scarhouse. Well, we'll keep going. We've a lot to see before we start our walk. We're going to take the odd shot as we go, just to give you an idea of North Yorkshire and the Dales. As we head along the road, we pass Gowthwaite Reservoir. We're just at the side of the road now, and there's a picnic area just down another half a mile. We've about another 6 or 7 miles to go till we get to Scarhouse. And we'll stop a time or two if we see out of interest as we go. Well, we're still at the side of the road, and this is towards the end of Gowthwaite Reservoir, so we'll just give you a quick look. We can see like a farm in the distance, look over the water. Well, we'll press on a bit further. Just opposite the picnic area, you've a little viewing area near the bus stop overlooking the lake. So let's have a quick look. Well, there's the viewing area, and we can see a fair bit of bird life at the end of the lake. And like I say, Nidderdale's a beautiful dale. It doesn't, you know, if you get to Pateley Bridge, turn right and head down Nidderdale, or up it, whichever the case may be. And there's a lot to see down here, and we're heading towards a couple of villages on our way. So you've Ramsgill, Lofthouse, Middlesmore, and then you've Howstein Gorge, which is another beautiful walk in Nidderdale. Lovely deep gorge down that you pay to go into, but there's a cafe and restaurant there. Well, certainly a cafe anyway. As you can see, we've 1 or 2 picnic tables here, and there's enough parking for about 20 or 30 cars, so even if you don't fancy walking, you can still come out and look at the wildlife. And if we look across the car park and the picnic area, there's a little bird feeder there, look, so there seems to be plenty going on here. We can see about a dozen birds using it. We don't know what names of these, but there's your tit there coming in, look. And this is middle of Feb here. We're just at Sidet Road, near Gowthwaite Reservoir, and just showing you what's down Nidderdale as we make our way towards Scarhouse. And then just down below you've got a duck. They're sneaking in, getting a few grains. Just as we're going to get back into the car, we notice there's another couple of bird feeders right in the corner there, look. We think they're long-tailed tits there, we're not sure. I'd say they are. Well, that's a great shot, 3 of them. You can see underneath of the tail. Well, these are great shots. I'm only about 30 feet away. They're gone. Well, look at them on the peanuts here. Look at this. Look at that. There they are. Well, this is a good start to the day. There's 4 of them on there now. Maybe 1, 2, 3. There was 4. So you've got 3 bird feeders here. Well, I think we'll leave it at that now. Oh, there's plenty of bird life. We've just come through the village Ramsgill. That's looking back towards Ramsgill. We're still heading down the road. We've got the river just behind us, and the hills are above us on the right hand side. It's quite a steep valley, is this one. We're heading towards Lofthouse and Middlesmore now. As soon as you get through Lofthouse, You'll go over the little bridge and then turn right for Scarhouse Reservoir. If you kept going up the road for another half a mile, you'd come to Howstein Gorge. That's another great day, is that, but not today. We're on our way up now to Scarhouse Reservoir, probably a couple of miles. After about 2 minutes or a minute, look to your right hand side and you'll see this waterfall coming down. And it's probably about 12 or 13 foot high. We're still on the road heading forward. We'll be there in 2 or 3 minutes, unless we see anything of interest on our way. So we're just there following the road, heading towards the car park. Well, we're still on our way up, and let's just show you where we're going. We've just seen a kestrel fly up on the right hand side as we got out of our car, and you can see the big hills either side, and the little stream runs down the middle of the valley. That's what was dammed to form Scarhouse Reservoir. As we drive along, we look down, we can see there's a bit of a bridge and a farm here in the valley bottom, and we've got farmer there going on his little motorbike and trailer there, look. Oh, look at that, just reversing it into the shed with dog. And just at far side of the bridge, just before we leave, we thought we'd give you a quick shot of the farmhouse with the hills at the back. And I tell you, it's pretty cold here now. I bet this is very bleak when the wind's blowing. But it's a lovely setting. It looks great on camera. Well, I said we'd be there in a couple of minutes, but there's so much to see. I've jumped out again. There's another farm here down in the valley bottom. And let's just pan round and sort of show you what's here. You've got the river down below, just running at the side of the farm. And then if we look, we've got like a sheep pen there. And we're still heading forward, look up the valley, towards the reservoir. Now as you're going up, look on your left hand side, we've got mangles here, we've got bales, but just at the back of there, we've got an old railway tunnel. There used to be a narrow gauge railway run from the front of the dam. I think it went all the way down into Pateley Bridge, and that would bring the materials up and allow the labourers to go down on the time off. It's worth a quick look. We'll be back to you. We'll keep heading forward now. There's such a lot to film, and we haven't even started our walk yet. Right, well, as you can see, we're more or less here now. You can see the top of the reservoir there, look. Just a bit more forward up the road and we'll find our parking place. It's just very chilly on this top with the snow, but let's hope we're in for a good day. Before we move on, let's just give you a quick look at the far side. If you look, you can see the little barns for storing the hay and the straw. And down below we've got a farm there, look. Or sheds from a farm, and if we keep looking down below again, we've got another one here, look. Well, here we are, we're in the car park next to Scarhouse Reservoir. We're going to head forward now and turn right. Scarhouse Reservoir was built in the 1920s, and there was a virtual village here for a few years while it was being built. Here's just a few pictures. There's the crescent. That was a family bungalow. There's the church. There's the theatre and cinema, the canteen and hostel. There you've got the Scarhouse Dam foundations, the dam wall, and there you've got the light railway taken at Angram, which is the reservoir slightly further up. There you've got the gravity railway. The railway used to work by gravity them days. As one truck went down, it pulled the other one up. Like I say, there was a big village here, and I think there was up to 6,000 people working here at one stage. And there's just a few of the villagers. Scarhouse Dam is 1,825 feet long. It's 170 feet above the river. Its maximum capacity can be 2.2 million gallons, covering 7,240 acres. The dam was constructed at 35 feet a year, a total cost of £2 million. Here we are looking down the valley, and this is part of the old village. We can see steps there, look. If we look to our left-hand side, we can see the outline of the buildings in the snow. And as you can see, it goes a fair length down, must be 200 or 300 yards, and there's some more behind us. And I'd say there's 1, 3, possibly 4 rows of buildings, so it's a fair bit. We're just showing you now what we showed you on the posters a minute before. This is the old village, and them pictures lets you know what it looked like. It's a shame it's gone. Well, we'll leave that for now. We're off on our walk now. It's only a small walk as this one because of the weather, and that's why we filmed Nidderdale on our way up. The location's fantastic, so come and have a look. Well, that's where we're going, across the front, but as you can see down below, there's a couple of picnic tables here. You know, obviously it's a bit warmer than today, you'd enjoy it. Just at the back of the notice board with all the information on it, you've got toilets and that. So it's a great little picnic area with the tables and the information. So we're heading towards the dam now. You're walking with a taxi driver today. So we've just turned left out the car park. We head forward 100 yards and then right over the dam. I know this is obvious information, but I need an excuse to show you the scenery. Just before we walk over it, we thought we'd just take a quick shot of the front. Well, we're going to make our way across now. Take a couple of shots, halfway across. Here we are, looking down the front side of the dam. Looking back along the valley, look. So we make our way to the end of the bridge and then turn immediate left. You'll see a signpost saying footpath via circle walk. It's very icy underfoot today. The wind chill's very cold. Obviously, Reservoir's on our left. It's a bit snow covered in slippery though, so we're being careful. Whether we can show you much looking round the reservoir, we don't know today, but at least we can try. We're looking at the other side. There's like a farm building there within about 100 feet of the end of the reservoir. Sun's just trying to get out now. Just steadily following the path along, probably about 8 foot from the edge. We hope to see some wildlife as we get towards the end, but we'll see. We head forward and we're going through that gate, and looks quite a big hill in the background, all covered in snow. And we can see like a stream coming in because you can see the trees coming down. We're heading towards there. As we walk along, we pass an incoming stream on our right-hand side. We're heading round the corner now and we've caught our first glimpse of Angram Dam. Well, we're heading towards the trees now. Just before we do, we look to our left and we can see the front of Angram Reservoir there. And if we look, we've got a seat just here. You know, in summer or even today, good place to have a sandwich and a drink. As we walk round the end, we walk over a tiny bit of causeway and we see there's like a hut there, so we'll check that out in a minute and see what that's for. As we walk over the tiny causeway, we see we've 2 tiny little streams coming in. One on the left and one on the right-hand side of the tree. When we go up to the hut, we have a look inside. You can see a bit of snow on there up front at seats like. And as you can see, there's seating, and this could be a shooting hut or just a shelter. Certainly be welcome if it was raining or snowing too hard. We're stood in front of the shelter now. It gives us a good excuse to show you where we've come. So we've walked along the edge on the left there. In the front there you've got the dam over the water. And there we've got the right hand side, and as you can see it's all covered in 3 or 4 inches of snow. Well, we'll keep going. As we walk forward we got a shot of Angram Reservoir there, or at least the dam at the end of it anyway. We're slowly making our way to the top of the dam now, and then we'll be turning left and coming back down the other side, but you know, we'll be looking out for somewhere to have a cup of tea as well. Just starting to snow slightly. We're nearly at the head of the reservoir now, another couple of minutes. Well, here we are at the top of the dam, and you can see Angram Reservoir in the background. So we're going to turn left here and make our way across, and then left again back towards the car park. As you can see, the higher up we're getting, the thicker the snow. There's a good 2 or 3 inch up here. Head forward now. We've come to the end of the dam now. We're going to turn left hand side, but if you look on this signpost here, I don't know if you can see it, it says Angram Circular. So we could have kept going and going all the way around the Angram Reservoir, but obviously because of the time we're going across the front of it. As we head down the tarmac track just in front of the dam, we've got another one of them little viewing huts with seats in, and at the far side you've got tables and a bench. We just keep heading forward now. Well, all we have to do is follow the track back, and in 10 minutes we'll be back at the car park. We've tried to come up through the dale and show you a few things because Scarhouse Reservoir is the icing on the cake, but Nidderdale itself's a beautiful valley. You've got pubs, restaurants and shops in Pateley Bridge, and then as you come up through the valley you've 3 little villages with pubs, and I think there's some other bed and breakfast and hotels as well. And then when you get further up you've Housestein Gorge, so there's plenty of reasons to come to Nidderdale. We hope you've enjoyed our walk in Nidderdale. You've been walking with the taxi driver today.